to be honest. In 2007, another family member sold a similar lot for $140. I mean, yes, that was 2007, that was 10 years ago. Property values there have not gone down.
It's commercial property that was sold.
It was not commercial. This one was a residential lot, similar to the three
Mr.
others.
Doucette, we don't speak back and forth.
Oh,
okay?
I'm sorry, but it was commercial. If it's across the street,
No, ma'am.
But you had an opportunity. We hearing from here now.
And so what we did was we revalued these lots. And we went back after the fact, after discussing this with the family members, and we're going to actually ask you to set the value lower than we had it. We're going to ask you to set the value at $116,752. That is comparable to the sales in that area at $8 a square foot. And folks, that's as low as it gets in that area.
y'all have
So-
pictures?
Okay.
They do have pictures. So we're asking that you make a motion to set the value at $116,752 and uphold the value of the assessor's office.
Okay. Let's hear from the council. Mr. Bellord?
What's adjacent to it? What's the commercial building?
A dentist office.
Okay,
And it's not really adjacent to it, it's on that same street. These three lots are all on the same dead-end street.
so none of them are adjacent to the dentist office?
I don't think so.
One.
One.
Yeah.
One,
Unless my map quest is wrong, but
104.
what is it currently, how much more up are you going than, I know you wanted a motion for something, how much more is that? Or it's already set at 116?
No, that's what we're asking you to set. It's actually set at 155.
Okay, I don't,
It's set at 151,060.
151,060 is what my thing says, and you wanted to bring it down to 116, not up.
Correct.
I'll make that motion on the council to bring it down to the 116,752.
Okay, there's a motion on the floor by Bellord being seconded by Conk to set the value on item Aura from 151,060 down to 116.752.
And just for the record, you've already said it, this is just basically missed it in the past, re-got it to the right price with comparables of what's sold around there.
Absolutely.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other council discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
just simply for the record to clarify, when you clarified the motion on the floor, you said 116.752?
I think that's not
Comma.
what you wanted?
And
Comma.
it's actually 116,752.
Let the record reflect, yeah, that could be a big difference, huh?
Right.
Again, the accurate motion is 116,752, okay? 116,752, that is being offered by Bellord and seconded by Conk. Thank you very much, sir.
Sure.
Okay. Any other council discussion on this particular item? Any blue cards on this particular item? Okay, so we're gonna just, again, to make sure that we remain proper, we're gonna get some clarity because we're actually voting on a amended recommendation. So, Mr. Escott, if you would, please.
Right. A vote yes would grant the assessment established at 116,752. A vote no would deny the motion to assess it at 116,752, and it would remain at 151,060.
Okay, all right. With that said, please call the vote.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7?
Yes.
District 8?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
Motion to set the value at $116,752 is approved.
Item S, please.
Carol J. Doucette requests a reassessment on land located at 105 South Ridgeway Drive, noted on assessment 6028544. The original assessed value is $174,190 with a requested reassessment value of $87,000.
Okay, Ms. Linda Doucette, by way of waiver, is going to represent her brother, Mr. Carol Doucette, on this item as well. Let the record reflect that. Ms. Linda, please feel free to make your presentation.
Okay, this is 105 South Ridgeway Drive, and he wrote, the tax doubled from 2015 to 2016, and then it doubled again, in 2017, so that's twice, 2 years in a row, doubled. Undeveloped lot, ditches, not cul-de-sac, 4 wood frame houses in the area, because of parking, traffic, and road from business, on road from business. It's hard to understand, it's tiny. That was one of his other depreciation factors. Just because it's commercial, in other words, doesn't mean that it's worth more. There's some difficulties that exist.
Okay. Mr. Como?
The same situation exists with this lot as the other. Prior to that, we had it set at 174,190. We're asking to reduce it to 141,080. And it will put it at the same price per square foot as the other one.
And he
It's
requested
a larger lot.
87.
It's a larger lot.
He had actually requested 87,000.
Yeah, that's in the record. Mr.
Okay.
Bello, council discussion?
All three of these properties, or is it four?
Three.
Three, are all the same price per square foot based on the previous one? I'd offer that,
Yes, sir.
I'd make a motion to establish it to 141,080.
Mr. Bellard is making a motion to reduce the assessed value from 174,190 to actually 141,080, and that is being seconded by Mr. Lewis. Thank you, gentlemen. Any additional council discussion on this particular matter? I don't see any. Are there any blue cards on this matter? Okay. No blue cards, no additional council discussion. There's a motion. The same clarity that applied initially applies for this one. A yes vote is going to grant the new assessed value as being recommended. A no vote is going to leave the assessed value at the current written assessment of 174. Please call the vote.
District 4,
Yes.
District 5,
Yes.
District 6, District 7,
Yes.
District 8,
Yes.
District 1,
Yes.
District 2,
Yes.
District 3.
Yes.
Motion to set the value at $141,080 is approved.
Thank you very much. Item T, please.
Linda Doucette Biao requests a reassessment on land located at 106 South Ridgeway Drive, noted on assessment 6136141. The original assessed value is $148,880 with a requested reassessment value of $74,400.
Ms. Linda?
All right, my name is Linda Duce Viali, and I was asking for like a rollback, and the reason why I was doing that, we're pleading for your assistance because the property in question already doubled last year and is being doubled again this year. The property tax that was doubled last year was already high, and it was excessive, and it presented a hardship, actually, for both of us. I had to actually postpone 2 knee surgeries completely because I have to borrow the money to pay my taxes, so I have to keep working, and I burn like fire, literally. I have like a pinched nerve besides, so I actually may need 3 surgeries, and I can't stop working. I'll probably have to work till I'm about 125 is what it amounts to. And the reasons it's not appropriate for property to be compared to the property it was being compared to is that, one, again, we have open ditch, no curb and gutter. It's a dead-end street, no, only one exit. The lots were actually farmland, which became divided in order for family to reside there. Unfortunately, because of property tax, I may not be able to give that property where my daughter actually almost flooded last year, 2 inches from flooding. Because of the property tax, I probably can't even offer it to my daughter because she probably can't afford it. And if the taxes keep increasing and increasing, as they seem to be doing, well, you know the end of the story. We predominantly have 3 frame houses, which are on piers, and they're old-time family property, grandpa, grandma property. These frame houses are not comparable in any way to the surrounding homes on other streets. We do not even belong to any other subdivision, so I don't think that we should be compared to these gigantic, gigantic homes, you know. We have heavy traffic, like I said before. I encountered, let me skip over this. There's also no access to my lot. For some reason, Dad did access to 2 other lots, but for some reason, there's no access into the property. It's not developed, in other words. It was intended as residential for family use, and it wasn't intended for, those were not intended for commercial use. So you're not looking at commercial property values. And it wasn't, one thing I encountered, which I've never encountered in like 68 years, and maybe you know who to call, I didn't know who to call. I actually experienced flooding in that area from Broadmoor to Greenbrier, and then, wait, was it West Bayou Parkway? And then the corner of Duce and West Bayou. And then I also encountered right in front of the school, and it concerned me because it was like so deep that 3 compact cars could not even travel through it. So I don't know if it's a gutter problem, like maybe cleaning. I don't know. If you know of anyone that you can contact, to me that depreciates that whole area, not just mine. So if you can do anything about it, I'd appreciate it. And I thank you for all the good that y'all have done over the years. I know several of y'all, and actually y'all have been my role models over the years. So I appreciate any good that you've done, and I appreciate any assistance. But it actually has presented a hardship because I really don't know how I'm going to pay my property tax this year. I just hope my borrowing power is up to par. So, yeah, I have like 4 disabled people in my family that I have to pretty much take care of. And I'm in charge of one of them, that when he doesn't have enough food, I give him mine. So, and I have to provide like everything that he pretty much needs that the insurance companies will not pay. So, any assistance I would appreciate. And I'm sorry that I cry, but my life is not the easiest journey that you can ever imagine. But you know, God is good. And God for y'all, because this city would be up creek if it didn't have y'all. I thank you for the dredging, the mayor-president's not here, off of East Broussard. Thank you for that, because my daughter came 2 inches from flooding previously, and I thank you for being attentive and diligent. Y'all are beautiful. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
For whatever it's worth.
The same situation exists on this. This one was set at 148,880. we're asking that you set it at $116,752, which makes it the same per foot as the other two and the others in that area.
Mr. Kunk is making that motion to reduce this assessed value from 148,880 to 116,752. Who seconds that? Nakam seconds that. Any other council discussion on this one? Any blue cards on this matter? Okay. So again, there's a reduction to be considered in this vote. A favorable vote will reduce it and offer some assistance, some relief. With that said, please call the vote.
District 5?
Yes.
District 6?
Yes.
District 7? District 8?
Yes.
District 1?
Yes.
District 2?
Yes.
District 3?
Yes.
District 4?
Yes.
Motion to reassess the value at $116,752 is approved.
Thank you. Appeals U, V, and W have been withdrawn by the appellants. Appeals U, V, and W have been withdrawn by the appellants. Now we will move to appointments by council members, mayor, president, and or any other direct appointing authority. Jeremy, items 23 and 24, please.
William Terrio, District 9 Councilmember, reappoints Douglas Cochran to the Lafayette City Parish Recreation Advisory Commission for a 4-year term effective December 1st, 2017. Joe Robideau, Lafayette Mayor President, appoints Catherine Boudreau to the Mayor President's Awareness Committee for Citizens with Disabilities for a 3-year term effective November 15th, 2017.
Look at the address. Introductory ordinances. Would someone like to make a motion in a second to take in global? Mr. Nakam makes the motion and Mr. Bellard makes the second. Jeremy, could you please read items 25 through 31?
Ordinance 187, 2017, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing the Lafayette Mayor President to enter into a joint collaboration agreement with CGI Federal Incorporated, establishing the rights and obligations of Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government with CGI Federal Incorporated relative to the Nome Nation application. Ordinance 188, 2017, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council declaring the purchase of certain property bearing municipal addresses of 500 Guidry Street, 401 Dorset Avenue, and 309 Dorset Avenue, Lafayette, Louisiana, to be a public necessity, authorizing the Lafayette Mayor President to acquire said immovable property on the terms and conditions specified herein, and to amend the fiscal year 16-17 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by adjusting projects within the Department of Public Works to provide funding needed for said purchase. Ordinance 189, 2017, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 16-17 capital budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by transferring $16,855 from capital work orders within the Lafayette Fire Department and appropriating to renovation Station 8 for additional funding needed. Ordinance 190, 2017, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing the filing of 2 grant applications with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security for assistance to firefighters grants for the Lafayette Fire Department. Ordinance 191, 2017, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council authorizing the filing of an application with the U.S. Department of Homeland Security for a regional assistance to firefighters grant for the Lafayette Fire Department. Ordinance 192, 2017, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council amending the fiscal year 16-17 operating budget of the Lafayette City Parish Consolidated Government by increasing revenues in the amount of $45,951 in housing counseling program funds received from the Louisiana Housing Corporation and appropriating within the Community Development Department. Ordinance 193, 2017, an ordinance of the Lafayette City Parish Council declaring the building or structure located at 804 Oak Lawn Avenue, Lafayette, Louisiana, owned by Wilson L. Boudreaux and Bertha Dugas, care of Gerald J. Block, attorney appointed, to be dilapidated and dangerous to the public welfare, and ordering the condemnation of same.
Thank you very much. Any council discussion on any of these introductory items? There is not any blue cards on any of these items. Please call the vote.
District 6,
Yes.
District 7,
Yes.
District 8, District 1,
Yes.
District 2, District 3, District 4,
Yes.
District 5. Motion to introduce in globo is approved.
Meeting adjourned.
Is it 8:30 Tuesday, Wednesday, which? Oh, my legs hurt.